Yes. You're my girl. You're my babies. Yeah. This is Mama Kitty. My name is Tiny. Alright. You good, baby. Come here, Zoe. A little boy. His name is Zoe. Hey. Hey, little girl. Turtle, come here. I had two, she had two kittens that were tortoise colored. And they were kittens I was going to give away. So instead of giving them names, we called them both Turtle. Well, one has gotten a home. This is Blondie. One of the turtles has gotten a home. Blondie's a male. And the other one hasn't gotten a home yet. So I still have 3 kittens and 3 adults. That includes the mother cat. The other 2 cats are Pee-wee and Amy. Good way to start off a video, right? In 6 days, I will be 6 years old. And that's not because of leap year. That's because that's when I started my testosterone. I actually started the process before that, about a year before that. But I consider that my birthday. So June 13th is 6 years, and May 3rd is this past May 3rd. It was 6 years that I have gone by my new legal name of Carl Devin Brown. But I don't really go by Carl. It was a leftover from my birth name. And so I left it on there. And I go by Devin, though. And it's interesting where I live here. I really like it, in Georgia. All the kids call me Mr. Devin. I've been working on transitioning for more than 6 years, 7 years. And then, of course, before that, I knew that there was something different about me when I was very young. Well, I always knew there was something different about me, but around the age of 13, we moved from Missouri, where my mom's from, and her family. We moved from Missouri to Maine, where my dad's family's from. And the first time my mom took me to the beauty parlor, I was 13, I think, and while she was getting her hair done, I was looking through the magazines, and I found a magazine by Red Book, and it had an article in it called My Daughter, My Son. This had to have been about 1970, somewhere around there, because we moved to Maine in 1970, and I was 13, right around there, 13 years old. I've been trying to see if I could find online a copy of that Red Book magazine. I would love to have it. Hey, cut that out. Hey. I've got some competition going on here. Let go of me. See? Pretty kitty, say hello. Say hello. Okay. I've been wanting to see if I could find the magazine so I could find the article and cut it out. It was something I remembered vividly. My daughter, my son, was like, "What in the world is this?" And I read it and I went, "Wow, yeah, I knew what it was talking about. I understood. I understood it. It took me a long time before, I actually said anything about it. I come from a very religious home, and was not comfortable talking about those things with my family. So it wasn't until I was in my 20s that I started thinking about it again. But back then, my attitude was, well, I'd gone into the Navy, and, what was it? I knew before I went into the Navy that I was interested in women, which made me gay, lesbian. And I was quite enamored by my best friend, and those emotions weren't returned, so I went into the Navy to try and escape all that. And I can remember talking to somebody when I got back after boot camp for a couple of weeks before I went over to Okinawa, Japan, that I wanted to do this. But I also thought, there was this conflict with my best friend in the sense that, I had feelings for her, she didn't have feelings for me. And I didn't want to make this kind of decision based on, well, maybe if I was a man, she would love me. And I didn't know what I was basing my decision on, and I couldn't do it at the time. So I didn't do anything about it. And I didn't even know I could do anything about it. And then many, many years later, I'm in a relationship, and let's see, how old was I? I was 50 years old, because I turned 56 in this past November. So I was 50 years old, and my partner knew that I had issues with gender, but I promised her that I wouldn't do anything about it because I was in love with her and I didn't want to lose that. But I continue investigating it, watching movies on TV. What was it? Transgeneration was one. I can't remember the names of them now. Anyway, so I still looked into it, Well, she found me watching one of these shows late at night, because I never watched it around her. I didn't want it to bother her. And she told me then, she says, "You know what? Do what you have to do to be happy." And I knew that that's what I had to do to be happy. I didn't understand the concept of happiness. It was a mixture of emotions as far as I was concerned. Contentment, maybe joy. You felt good. But I really didn't understand what happiness was. And once I started the testosterone, wow, for the first time in my life, I finally felt like my body and my mind fit in the same place. And I was happy. And it was the first time excuse me, Zoe. It was the first time I had ever felt that emotion and recognized what it was. I couldn't have told you what all the emotions were. I was happy. I was crying. I was joyful. I could have jumped up and down all the time. I just felt good in my skin. And I was able to, my insurance was able to cover the cost of the testosterone. So I've been on that for 6 years. I kind of took the wrong route. I should have tried to go for my top surgery first, but I just didn't have as much information as I thought I did. And I went with the name change and the testosterone first, and then found out that my insurance wouldn't cover breast augmentation, reduction, because I had already said I was transgender. And they wouldn't cover it for that reason. If I had done it before I started all that, I could have gotten it on my back. I have serious back problems, but I didn't, so I wasn't able to get it. And still, insurance, there's no way. I'm on disability for a totally different reason than my gender identity. I have extremely bad back pains. And but I've gotten to a point where I need to do something. I can't live. I can't continue to live this way. I have extreme dysphoria at my top. I have a hard time going out because I'm afraid someone will see. I'm very big chested. I was before I started taking the tea, and even though I've lost some of it, I haven't lost very much. And I don't like going out. There's a few people who have a tendency to call me man, and I've corrected them. But I don't like doing that. I walk into the men's bathroom like I belong there, and I never had a problem. I just go do my business and come out. Whether there's guys in there or not, it doesn't bother me, and they don't seem bothered by me, you know. Somebody told me that people in Georgia are too polite to say what they really think. But I haven't really experienced that. I mean, some men have problems with chest too, especially if they're heavy, and I am heavy. So I just, in myself, say, well, they just think it's a man problem, a male problem, which, considering that I think of myself as male, is a man problem. It just won't be covered by insurance. If you could help in any way, even $1 here, $1 there, it adds up. Well, I'm not sure if they would actually take $1, because sometimes there's a fee with these programs. But you know, $1, $2 there, and if 6,000 people gave me $1, I'd be there. And all people would have to do is just give up $1. It wouldn't be so hard. So I would appreciate it if you could help. Thank you.